Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.
Good morning, everyone. Let me see if my phone is talking back to you on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Again, this is happening. All right. How is everyone doing today? Good morning. Okay, good. We are on page 93 of Conversations with God. And thank you, everyone, for showing up and participating in this book. And we're going to get started right now. I'm not even going to hesitate. All right. Good morning, Ayana. How are you today? All right. Let's get this party started. Got my coffee ready. And we are on page 93 because I marked it. And Neil says, you say release all doubt, reject all fears. Lose all pessimism. As if you're saying, pick me up a loaf of bread. But these things are easier said than done. Throw all your negative thoughts out of your mental constructs. Might as well be climb Mount Everest before lunch. It's a large order, says Neil. And God says, harnessing your thought, exercising control over them, is not as difficult as it seemed. Neither, for that matter, is climbing Mount Everest. It's all a matter of discipline. It's a question of intent. When you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, thoughts that negate your highest idea about a thing, think again. I want you to do this literally. If you think you are a doldrum in a pickle and no good can come of this, think again. If you think the world is a bad place filled with negative events, think again. If you think your life is falling apart and it looks as if you'll never get it back together again, think again. You can train yourself to do this. Look how well you've trained yourself not to. Thank you, says Neil. I never had the process set out for me so clearly. I wish it were as easily done as said, but now I at least understand it clearly, I think. Well, if you need a review, we have several lifetimes. What is the true path to God? Is it through renunciation, as some yogi believe? What is this thing called suffering? Suffering. Is suffering in service the path to God, as some ascetics say? Do we earn our way to heaven by being good, as so many religions teach us? Or are we free to act as we wish, violate or ignore any rule, set aside any traditional teachings, dive into any self-indulgence, thus find nirvana, as many New Agers say? Which is it? Strict morals or do as you please? Which is it? Traditional values or make it up as you go along? Which is it? The 10 Commandments or the 7 steps to enlightenment? And God says, you have a great need to have it one way or the other, don't you? Could it not be all of these? And Neil said, I don't know. I'm asking you. And God said, I will answer you then as you can best understand, though I tell you now that your answer is within you. I say this to all the people who hear my words and seek my truth. Every heart which earnestly asks, which is the path to God, is shown. Each is given a heartfelt truth. Come to me along the path of your heart, not through the journey of your mind. That's profound. Come to me through the path of your heart, not through the journey of your mind. I like that. I can't find my highlighter. God damn it. I do this every week. Highlighter, where are you? I need you, highlighter. Where are you, highlighter? Every week I do this. Oh, here it is. I took it with me because I was supposed to bring it to the book. Bring it on my trip. Come to me through the path of your heart, not through the journey of your mind. That is beautiful. In order to truly know God, you have to be out of your mind. Yet your question begs an answer, and I will not step aside from the thirst of your inquiry. I will begin with a statement that will startle you and perhaps offend the sensitivities of many people. There are no such things as the 10 Commandments. Neil goes, oh my God, there aren't? And God goes, no, there are not. What would I command myself? And why would such commandments be required? Whatever I want is essepas. How is it therefore necessary to command anyone? And if I did issue commandments, would they not be automatically kept? How could I wish something to be so badly that I would command it and then sit by and watch it not be so? What kind of king would that be? What kind of ruler? And yet I tell you this, I am neither king nor ruler. I am simply and awesomely the creator. Yet the creator does not rule. The creator creates and keeps on creating. I have created you, blessed you in the image and the likeness of me. And I have made certain promises and commitments to you. I have told you in plain language, how will it be with you when you become as one with me? You are as Moses was, an earnest seeker. Moses, too, as you do know, stood before me, begging for answers. O God of my fathers, he called, God of my God, deign to show me, give me a sign that I may tell my people. How can we know that we are chosen? And I came to Moses, just like I come to you now, with divine covenant, an everlasting promise, a sure and certain commitment, How can I be sure? Moses said plainly. Because I've told you so, I said. You have the word of God. And the word of God was not a commandment, but a covenant. These then are the 10 commandments. You shall know that you have taken a path to God, and you shall know that you have found God. For there will be signs, these indications, these changes in you. You shall love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. There shall be no other God set before me. No longer will you worship human love or success or money or power, nor any other symbol. You will set aside these things as a child sets aside toys, not because they are unworthy, because you have outgrown them. And you shall know you have taken a path to God because you shall not use the name of God in vain, nor will you call upon me for frivolous things. You will understand the power of words and thoughts, and you would not think of invoking the name of God in an ungodly manner. You should not use my name in vain because you cannot. For my name, the great I am, is never used in vain. That is without result, nor can it ever be. And when you have found God, you shall know this, and I shall give you these other signs as well. You shall remember to keep a day for me, and you shall call it holy. This is so that you do not long stay in your illusion, but cause yourself to remember who and what you are. And then shall you soon call every day the Sabbath, and every moment holy. I like that. Hold on, guys. I was trying not to break my rhythm, but this is very important here because God says, remember the one day, keep a day for me, and make that day holy. And with that practice, every day will be holy. Every moment will be holy. My sciatica is bothering me today, and I don't know why because I'm doing everything I can. All right, guys, hold on a second. I think it's a lack of exercise. I didn't understand how important exercise really was until I'm not exercising. And my bones want to go back to being ornery with me. And that's number 3, by the way. I didn't give you the numbers. You shall remember to keep a day for me, and you shall call it holy. This is so that you do not long stay in your illusions, but cause yourself to remember who you are. And then you shall call every day the Sabbath, and every moment holy. You shall honor your mother and your father, and you will know who you are, the Son of God, when you honor your father/mother God in all that you say or do or think. And even as you so honor the mother, father God, and your father and mother on earth, for they have given you life, so too will you honor everyone. You know, we had a discussion yesterday about those that don't have the best relationship with their parents, right? And I would say it's completely possible to not have the best relationship with your parents. I would say don't disrespect them, right? When my mother was living, I never disrespected her. And it took me 10 years to express my anger toward her. Do you understand? And only because she's no longer around, and neither is a single member of her generation. So I feel the purging to release myself from my upbringing with anger the way I want to. So I give myself permission to be mad at my upbringing because I never expressed it to my mom. I have found lately, though, that the expression in the anger and in the version that I'm using no longer feels correct. I can't say I'm not going to do it again because I give myself permission to be angry. And so I don't know what anger will come out if I have a latent memory. I will say, never disrespected my mother when she was living, ever. You know you have found God when you observe that you will not murder, that is, willfully kill without cause. For while you understand that you cannot end another's life in any event, all life is eternal, you will not choose to terminate any particular incarnation nor change any life energy from one form to another without the most sacred of justifications. Your new reverence for life will cause you to honor all life forms, including plants, trees, animals, and to impact them only when it is for the highest good. Which reminds me, let me see something. I had to take a knife to a plant yesterday. Oh God, I pray that it survives. You guys okay? Are you guys okay? Whew. Okay, I had to cut a plant in half, and I don't know. I knew that I could do it, but when I did it, it didn't feel right. So it seems to be readjusting. But I also had to put the plants together, regardless of splitting it. I put in two separate plants and I put it together because I know they need each other. So, hi everyone. Hi, Black Coffee No Cream. Good morning, Tracy, everyone. I see my protective eye bracelet. Thank you so much. Yes, Magic Mermaid. It dawned on me. Could you please email me your address so I can give you some free gifts because you have been so kind to me. Good morning, miracles and blessings to everyone, Bree. Good morning. Yes, we've all slowed down. Yes. Okay, let's get back to the 10 commandments that none of us have to follow. Kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. 5. Oh, wait, no. And these other signs will I send you also, that you may know you are on the right path. 6. You will not defile the purity of love with dishonesty or deceit, for this is adulterous. I promise you, when you have found God, you shall not commit this adultery. 7. You will not take a thing that is not your own, nor cheat, nor connive, nor harm any another to have anything, for this would be to steal. I promise you. When you found God, you shall not steal. It's so true. Mm, mm. Nor shall you, 8, say a thing that is not true, thus bear false witness. I've got a lot of these covered. I got a lot. Let me see. What don't I have covered? I think the one thing I don't have covered is a day that belongs to God. I like I don't go to church every day. You guys know I vowed never to go back into church again. I'm not saying that that is the right thing to say. I'm not saying that. I just want to throw up every time I think I have to enter a church. I feel like evil when I try to enter a church, and I feel like something in me is going to change and I'm going to decompose or something while sitting in church. So I haven't figured out how to commune and keep a day holy, but if I can have Sundays with Ezra and dedicate damn near 8 hours being on FaceTime, I can dedicate my time with God as well. Somehow, some way, I can figure it out to drag Ezra along with me. All right. Nor shall you, 9, convert your neighbor's spouse. For why would you want your neighbor's spouse when you know all others are your spouse? I don't get that. 10, convert your neighbor's good. Why would you want your neighbor's good when you know that all goods can be yours and all your goods belong to the world? You will know that you have found the path to God when you see these signs. For I promise that no one who truly seeks God shall any longer do these things. It would be impossible to continue such behaviors. These are your freedoms, not your restrictions. These are your commitments, not your commandments. When you change the words, it feels different, right? This is your freedom, not your restrictions. This is your commitment, not your commandments. For God does not order about what God has created. God merely tells God's children, this is how you will know that you are coming home. Moses asks in earnest, how may I know? Give me a sign. Moses asks the question that you ask, the same question all people ask everywhere, has asked since time began. My answer is likewise eternal. It's never been, never will be a commandment. For who shall I command? And who should I punish? Should my commandments not be kept? There is only me. So I don't have to keep the 10 commandments in order to get into heaven, says Neil. There's no such thing as getting into heaven. There is only a knowing that you are already there. There is an accepting and understanding, not a working for or striving. You cannot go to where you already are. Do that. You have to learn where you are, and that would defeat the whole purpose of the journey. Can we create heaven here? But haven't you noticed that when you create heaven here, it's kind of boring? I mean, I'm sorry, God. I need to talk to the peoples that are. I need to talk to your peoples that are listening. When we try to get closer to you, life gets really boring, God. Really boring. All right. I'm just saying. I'm talking to God, everyone. I'm just saying. We're trying. We're trying to commit. We're trying, all of us. We're trying to do better, and the more we do better, and we start feeling energies, God, and we start seeing evil in other people, and we start seeing others that don't do right by you, and we start feeling these energies, and then we start isolating ourselves, and then before you know it, we're alone. God, I mean, it's safe to be alone sometimes, right? Ah, this thing called life is challenging. The irony is that most people think they have to leave where they are to get to where they want to be. And so they leave heaven in order to get to heaven and go through hell. Oh my God, this is so true. All right. Can you believe that? That the whole time you're trying to be a better person, you get yourself wrapped up in some hellish arenas? Don't you find that to be true? Ah, it's exhausting down here. If this is heaven, it's exhausting. Oh my God. Enlightenment is understanding that there is nowhere to go. There's nothing to do and nobody you have to be except exactly who you're being right now. You are on a journey to nowhere. Heaven, as you call it, is nowhere. Let's just put some space between the W and the H. What? In that word, and you'll see that heaven is now here. Got it. Heaven, as you call it, is nowhere. Heaven, as you call it, is now here. I love that. Just put some space between the W and the H in nowhere. In that word, you will see that heaven is now here. What is heaven, guys? Is it peace of mind? Is it not worrying so much about things that are outside of your control? Is it wanting to control happiness and sadness and circumstances? Can we find heaven just in being every day? I think we can. But again, it could be a little boring. But maybe it's not boring. Maybe if everyone found heaven inside their souls and their personal space, it wouldn't be so bad to commune with others because our spirits would be like minded. We would be happy when we meet up with somebody with a spirit similar to ours. It makes me happy when I meet up with a spirit that's similar to mine. I don't always meet up with people that have a spirit similar to mine. I feel like my YouTube people have the same spirit. I feel like my people whose immediate eye contact I don't have the same like mindedness. Yeah, that's true. In any shape or form. There's the like mindedness of everyday people. I'm finding it hard. Does anybody else feel that way? That you can have a better connection with someone from a distance through YouTube, in my case, and yet you're everyday people. You're kind of like, what the hell? What the hell? Why are people like this? Do you find that? And so, what should I be doing? Should I be asking God for more light souls like me? Can I run into people with like souls like me? Will I recognize a like soul? Or will I be like annoyed by a like soul? Because I think I'm annoying, right? I think I'm very annoying. I think there's a lot of things I don't understand. I think I ask a lot of questions. I think I find myself confused a lot. I don't know. Oh, I brought my friend Jason a key and I forgot to send it out. Aw, I love Jason. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm looking for something, guys, but I don't know what it is now. Oh, this is it. Oh, nope, this wasn't it. Yep, it is it. Okay. Um, where are we? With like-mindedness. People with like-mindedness. Sometimes you just not want to care. Sometimes you just want to be around people and you don't want to care. You just want to have fun. Is anybody else like that? Where you're like, I don't care, God. I just want to have fun. Then you find out it comes back to bite you in the ass. And think about the show, all that, and how I couldn't conform like the other moms. And I couldn't get them to see things through my eyes. Although I know why I couldn't get them to see things through my eyes, because it was about money. And if Tracy couldn't conform, then get rid of Tracy and her son. And once we get rid of Tracy and her son, then that is money that they could pay us. I don't know. Going through a lot, people. Okay, let's get back to the book. Everyone says that, says Neil. Everyone says that. It's driving me crazy. If heaven is now here, how come I don't see that? Why don't I feel that? And why is the world such a mess? And God says, I understand your frustrations. It's almost as frustrating trying to understand all this as it is trying to get someone to understand this. Whoa, God, wait a minute, says Neil. Are you trying to say that God gets frustrated? Oh, that's beautiful, Magic Mermaid. You have to be the world you want. That is beautiful. Why do you suppose, who do you suppose invented frustration? And do you imagine that you can experience something I cannot? I tell you this, every experience you have, I have had. Do you not see I am experiencing myself through you? What else do you suppose all this is for? I could not know myself if it not for you. I created you that I might know who I am. Now, I will not shatter all of your illusions about me in one chapter. So I will tell you that in my most sublime form, which you call God, I do not experience frustration. Whew, says Neil, that's better. You scared me there for a minute. But not because I can't, it's simply because I don't choose to. You can't make the same choice, by the way. You can make the same choice, by the way, meaning you can simply choose not to experience frustration. And Neil goes, well, frustrate or not, I still wonder how it can be that heaven is right here and I don't experience it. And God goes, you cannot experience what you don't know. You don't know you are in heaven right now because you have not experienced it. You see, for you, it's a vicious cycle. You cannot, have not found a way yet to experience what you do not know. And you do not know what you have not experienced. What enlightenment asks you to do is to know something you have not experienced and thus experience your imagination. Let me see. Asks you to do something you have not experienced and thus experience it. Knowing opens the door to experience, and you imagine it as the other way around. Actually, you know a great deal more than you have experienced. You simply don't know that you know. You know that there is a God, for instance, but you may not know that you know that. Oh my God. You know that there is a God, for instance, but you may not know that you know that. So you keep waiting around for the experience, and all the while you keep having it, yet you're having it without knowing it, which is like not having it at all. Hmm. Is that like automatically breathing? And so you take advantage of the fact that you are breathing, and then you forget the gift of breathing until you get sick. And then you're reminded that breathing is not so natural. And so you begin to value breathing until you forget again, once you begin breathing normally again. Is that what God is saying, everyone? Neil goes, oh boy, we're going in circles. And God goes, yes, we are. And instead of going around in circles, perhaps we should be the circle itself. It doesn't have to be a vicious circle, it can be a sublimed one. Is that why I'm asking you guys now, when we talk about the circle, a vicious cycle or not? Is that why when we do get enlightenment, we're bored? And is that a bad thing, being bored? And should we understand that I'd rather be bored in a cycle than to be in a vicious cycle? If we're all just in a cycle, anyways, if we're all in the same space, same cycle, same run of the mill, running into the same people, do we get enlightenment when we decide that our cycle is no longer vicious? I kind of find this to be true, even though I'm having some trouble understanding it, because I know that when I began to change, those around me had to go. I stayed the same. I have never changed. But those around me had to change because they didn't like the enlightenment in me. We couldn't stand on the same podium. We couldn't stand on the same concrete ground because I was unmoved in my circle, however boring it was. And then it became more boring because once you take that stand, whatever stand that is for you, I'm thinking everyone's stand is at different levels, right? Different spaces of growth. And you wake up one day and people just don't want to answer your text message. And then you realize that it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like you wonder, you're like, what is this? And then you begin to realize that you're in a cycle of your own making, but it doesn't feel so bad because you begin to like yourself in your own cycle. but you don't know it yet. You don't know that you're liking yourself, right? And then you go to be around others, and then you realize, oh my God, who are these people? You don't necessarily say, I've changed. You definitely don't say, I'm better. You just go, I don't like this anymore. And they recognize it in you, you recognize it in yourself. And then you have to admit that you're in a cycle that's healthy for you, and it's no longer a vicious cycle. Has anybody gone through that throughout their years, trying to figure out who they are and what their change encompasses? And are you getting closer to God when you make these changes? I guess so. Now that I'm reading this book, that the changes are absolutely necessary. All right, moving on. Then there goes, is renunciation a part of the true spiritual life? And God goes, yes, because ultimately all spirit renunciates what is not real, and nothing in your life you lead is real. Save your relationship with me. Yet renunciation in the classic sense of self-denial is not required. A true master does not give up something. A true master simply sets it aside, as he would do with anything for which he no longer has any use. There are those who say you must overcome your desires. I say you must simply change them. The first practice feels like a rigorous discipline, the second, a joyful exercise. There are those who say that to know God, you must overcome all earthly passions. Yet, to understand and accept them is enough. What you resist persists. What you look at disappears. I feel that. Side note, I have been trying to give up chocolate forever. And then I changed what sweets I put in my mouth. So the more sweets I put in the more sweet fruits I put in my mouth, the less chocolate I crave. And I'm not over chocolate, but I realize that when I change my desire for something like chocolate and replace it with fruit, and not a little fruit, every time something in me craves something sweet, I put fruit in my mouth. And now when I go to the store, I don't grab that bar of Snickers, right? I grab the watermelon. And now I'm into apples because I'm recognizing the sweet that I want is something other than Snickers. I'm trying to put sweetness inside of me, is the way I want to spiritually say it. And yet I'm replacing it with bad sweets. So now I started replacing it with good earthy sweets. And it has, without a doubt, curtailed my sugar need. Now I need to curtail my potato chip issue, and I'm trying so hard. I'm not buying potato chips anymore. It's so hard. I die every night because I just need a bag of potato chips before I go to bed. It's killing me. I break it, and I'm telling you, I'm going to buy potato chips today because I just have to. I haven't had potato chips all week. I need potato chips. I'm going to do it. A true master does not give up something. I'm not giving up potato chips. I don't know what to replace it with. So I think that's the conflict. A true master simply sets it aside, and he will do with anything for which he no longer has any use. There are those who say you must overcome your desires. I say just simply change them. The first practice feels like a rigorous discipline, the second, a joyful exercise. There are those who say that to know God, you must overcome all earthly passions, and yet to understand and accept them is enough. What you resist persists. What you look at disappears. Those who seek earnestly to overcome all earthly passions often work at it so hard that it might be said that this has become their passion. They have a passion for God, a passion to know Him. A passion is passion, and to trade one for the other does not eliminate it. Oh my God, now I get it. Now I get religious zealous people. Oh my God, I don't know about you and your religious people. Most of my religious people that I have met throughout the years has been used to pay what? Oh, has been former something or other, former abusers of something, physical abusers, drug abusers, alcoholics. And then they find God and they turn what they are no longer doing into a new addiction. I didn't know that. Shit. Damn. That has always been my disdain for church. My disdain for church is not the temple. My disdain for church is being around people that don't understand what they are replacing their souls with, and then use the church as a addictive tool to say, I've changed. Look at me. Can you see that I've changed? This is exhausting. I'm sorry, people. Enlightenment is exhausting. Like when you start getting these are you guys understanding? Yeah, I did switch to pretzels, Magic Mermaid, and then I ate the whole bag in 2 days. Like I got a big bag of pretzels. So I don't know if pretzels are helping me either. But I tried it. Gotta find something else. All right. Does anybody understand what I'm saying this morning? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Animal crackers. No, that's sugar. Uh, it's salt. What's a good replacement for salt? Salt. It's salt that I need, not sugars. A healthy replacement for salt. Carrot sticks. Hmm, that might be possible. Dill chips? Huh. The fruits replacing sweets. That's a big deal. Oh yeah, yeah. The discovery that fruit replaces sweets is amazing to me, and it has worked. I no longer crave sweets. I no longer crave artificial sweets the way it's repackaged for us. And so I am down to eating almost any fruit. As of lately, I before I go to bed, I've had grapefruit before I go to bed. It also fills you up, which I like, the grapefruit. Last night on the live, I ate an apple. Hmm, what do I do about potato chips? Yeah, celery sticks with a little peanut butter. Yes. What about smart popcorn? It's artificially made. So I'm trying to get to a better place of not buying. Um, I want to replace it with something that comes from the earth, I think is what I'm trying to say. Replace it with something that comes from the earth. Dill pickle spears. I never heard of that. Dill pickle? Oh, dill pickle. Oh, dill pickles. Oh, it's high in sodium. Are you talking about like pickles? Yeah, it's high in sodium. I tried pickles and it does work. It does take care of the salt content, but then it gave me high blood pressure. Hmm. Because what you have to remember is that I'm eating pickles in excess. I'm not curtailing. I'm not saying, oh, I can eat, a slice of dill pickle. No, I will finish the bottle. That's my problem. And then, because I eat this, it's passion eating at night. And then I go to bed, and then I've just put all this sodium in my body. I'm crazy, guys. I am crazy. I'm trying my best to not be so. I don't know. I'm trying to find something natural that lets me be free of potato chips. Else I'll just keep eating potato chips. I just have to find a way not to eat it so much. That's what I think I have to do. Like, not eat it every night. And so all week long, I've been struggling not to eat potato chips. But it's not until it gets like 10 or 11 do I feel the urge to eat potato chips, and I just die sometimes. I just die. And sometimes I'm like, well, I'll just get in my car and I'll go down to the gas station, and I don't want to miss my parking spot, so I don't go. But sometimes I just want to go, but I stop myself. All right, guys, I have a date with my neighbor. Um, he's my gay neighbor, and he loves me. And I don't know how old he is, but I'll figure out his age today. And he has told me how much he loves me. And he says, if I were younger, I would choose you. And I'm like, you're gay. And he goes, I know. And I'm like, the world is hell, right? Of course, a gay man will love me, right? That always happens to me. But I have a date with him, and it's not a date, but something tells me he thinks it's a date. So I'm gonna call it a date because it's just fun. Oh my God. Early because he is 95 and they only have one way of thinking, which is their way. And so he's like, knock on my door at 10 o'clock. And I said, okay. And he doesn't understand 10:15. He understands 10. I hope you guys um, have a great weekend and look at the picture and remember the Jabez prayer. I live by the Jabez prayer. Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, that you would keep me from evil, so that I may not cause pain. Not that evil is kept from you, so that you do not do evil, so that I, so that you do not cause pain. First Chronicles, verse 4:10. This is a miracle prayer. I send this prayer out when I make my wishing bracelets. I demand that you say it 7 times because one time is just not enough. Anything you want has to be disciplined and practiced into, right? A gymnast doesn't get to be a gymnast by doing it one time. Prayer also does not work that way. So, I love you guys. You don't have the bracelet, but you don't need the bracelet. The prayer works when you speak it into existence for yourself. Oh, that you would bless me, God, and enlarge my territory. That could be land, that could be family, that could be money, that could be YouTube subscribers, that could be your business, that could be friends. But that your hand would be with me. Stay close to me, God. Hold my hand as you enlarge my territory. And keep me from doing evil. That you would keep me from doing, that I do not do evil, so that I may not cause pain. Try that. You try that, so that I may not cause pain. Imagine a world where you don't cause pain. Imagine it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you, and I will see you tonight on the Lamar and Tracy show. Come join us. That show is so much fun. Oh, it is. Hold on. I got a phrase for it. Oh, John says he's back. Okay, hold on. Darn it, Michelle. Keep sleeping on us. Come watch the show to sleep on us. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown